Alright, time now is 7:28 a.m. in the morning. I slept from 2:30 to 11:15. It's 7:15. I don't know, man. Like, I was listening to a lot of music from Sonny Boy, and one of the scenes in Sonny Boy is basically going back to the school and then singing the school song. And that reminded me of me when I sung the school song with my classmates, and the memory of it is just so sad. But anyways, I don't have a lot of time now. I'm gonna have to leave this house in about 10 minutes. Alright, it's 7:40 a.m. It's a good thing that I live close to the CMD, because otherwise it would have been 6 something a.m. right now, and it would have been even worse. But yeah, I skipped breakfast. I packed everything, really. Packed a peanut butter bar. I packed a water bottle, wallet. My mask is on. New double layered mask. Alright, let's go there. Let's go. Let's go to school. Let's do it. Man, there's like no one on the street. Right, I'm early by 14 minutes. All right, time now is 12:40. Okay. Amazing. Holy shit. So I have an amazing class today. All right, so we're walking to Starbucks. So let's talk about today. Holy shit, man. I've never, in all my life, all right? In all my life, I've never been this social before. I just speak to people like I just speak so much that at the end of the class, like near the end, when the professor wanted to pick some of us to do the focus pulling, he picked me just to shut me up. No, like, he's not mad at me. He just, I guess maybe he just wanted the chatter to stop. This white girl whose name is Ella, she suddenly found my Instagram and followed me. And so this morning, I sat outside of the classroom on the white bench, and she came later, and she sat beside me to my right. And of course, obviously, I'm going to ask her, like, oh, you followed me on Instagram? Like, how did you find it? And she's like, oh, I don't know, I just found it. And I said, oh, I follow another girl. And she said, oh yeah, that's probably it. And then I asked her about Sadie Sink, and she said, oh yeah, we're friends and stuff. But I didn't ask any further because I don't know, I watch Stranger Things and I know about the Taylor Swift music video, but like, I don't know. At this point, I mean, it's LA, what do you expect? Another white girl who actually sat beside me in the classroom today, also to my right, she has black hair. She's called Stephanie, and she told me during break, she's like, oh, so you're from Hong Kong, right? And I said, yeah, I'm from Hong Kong. And she said, oh, I went to Hong Kong actually, like for 2 years. And I'm like, oh, really? Wow, what the heck is this building? Also, I'm lost. Where am I supposed to go? Alright, here it is. Starbucks. Okay, time now is, what's the time now? Jesus, I can't. Time now is 1:15. This is Starbucks. Cheese, Gouda, bacon, I think there are eggs in it, sandwich. Cheers. I think I really am beginning to able to get the hang of how to vibe a person. Like the way you speak to people is different for everyone. Like for certain people you need to be like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." And for certain people you need to be straight and direct. And I'm starting to be able to gauge that, and it's freaking awesome. I mean, I sound like a sociopath right now, but that's true. That's such a normal thing. You have to gauge people and understand how to speak to them. And I was just standing there, and usually I'm pretty much in the big gang, or there are no gangs really because we're not in secondary school anymore. But still, like they're the popular and more socialized kids, and I'm kind of a part of them in a sense. We got Miles, the half British guy, and his close friend who has long black hair, also white, very tall, and has Hungarian citizenship. And then um, and we have the girls, Lily, the dancer, who is in the same dance class as JT, and she's sort of this, average Californian girl, but less pretentious, more oopsie daisies, goofy, clumsy type girl. And it's so funny how I describe these people. And we have Betsy, the film club president. So Christian, this dude, and this dude, how did I initiate my conversation with him? I don't know, cause he's hanging out with another guy, Lucas, who is, I don't know, so LA is wild, and people's fashion is a little wild, but that's good because now I'm able to recognize people by what clothes they wear. So Lucas is a very social and outgoing boy, and he wears a crop top, revealing his abs, but nobody says anything about that. It's just not weird here. So they're close, and so Christian and Lucas stand next to each other, and then it's Ella beside the pillar, and then it's Eric and me beside the trash cans. And then we just started talking to each other. Like I can't really hear them very well for some reason. Like they're a little bit far away. But they're talking about this class, this professor, talking about movies, talking about the Batman because Ella hasn't seen it, and Christian hasn't seen it. And I'm like, ooh, maybe I could ask Christian if he wants to watch it together with me or not because, or we can ask Ella out as well. It would be amazing because Eric's seen it, so that's that. And Pepper isn't interested, and I don't know how interested is Thomas, but anyways, Christian. So as we're walking back to the classroom, I spoke to Christian, like, "You're Christian, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," and you're Enoch, and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah." And then what did I say? I didn't say a lot. I just said, "Oh, you haven't watched Batman?" And he's like, "Yeah, And I said, "Oh, me too. I want to watch it." So a little bit later in the class, when we were doing hands-on activity, focus pulling, um, for a little bit, I stood beside Christian, and I was like, "Oh, so you want to be a writer director?" See, when you speak to people, always find common interests and common ground first. That's how you start off. Like it's the same formula. The opening conversation is the same formula. You just gotta own it and perfect it. But common ground, common interest. I remembered that in the first class, he said he wants to be a writer director, and I remembered that, oh, I want to be a writer director too. And I saw that he's a little shy and a little introverted, and I'm like, okay, that's literally me. So gotta speak to the guy. So I'm like, oh, so you want to be a writer director? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh, I want to be a writer director too. And I explained, oh, after I write a script, I don't want someone else to direct it. I mean, in vice versa. Like, I don't want to direct something that I didn't write. And he's like, oh, yeah, yeah. And a little bit later, before we started doing the hands-on activity, I saw Alan. So there are two Mexican people, like two truly Mexican people, like actually comes from Mexico, Mexican people. So the Mexican girl, Alba, and the Mexican boy, Alan. So I spoke to Alan, and I've been wanting to speak to him since week 1 because he mentioned that he watched Tarkovsky's Stalker, and I really wanted to ask him like if he likes it, and I wanted to tell him that I'm kind of afraid to watch Stalker. So I literally said exactly what I just said. Hi, you're Alan, right? And he's like, yeah. You're Enoch, right? And I'm like, yeah, Enoch. So I said, oh, so you watch Stalker, right? In the first class you said, and he's like, yeah, it's great. It's a beautiful film, and it changed the way how I look at movies. And I said, oh, I really want to watch it, but I'm kind of afraid of it because people are saying it's long and boring. And he's like, Yeah, but it really changes the way I look at film. And finally, Miles came out of the classroom and came out of the building and went to the outdoor area where I was at. And Miles like, yeah, I had a lot of caffeine today. I need to go back home and take an aspirin. And he's like, bye bye. And I'm like, oh, I need to go too, so bye bye. So Miles in front of me, and at that point, I'm like, okay, I've spoken a lot already today. Time to go home and rest. But it doesn't end there. The highlight of the day actually starts here. So Miles turned around and he's like, oh, you're stalking me, right? You're stalking me. Nah, just kidding. And I'm like, haha, stalking, stalker. That's a Tarkovsky reference. So, I asked him, like, where do you want to transfer to? And before he could even answer me, he said, oh, so I'm actually going to take another year here because, I because the classes here, even though it's a community college, the classes here are actually pretty damn good, and I want to take, like, a lot of filmmakers get inspiration from other filmmakers, but real innovative filmmakers get inspiration from other things outside from film. And I'm like, yeah. And then he said, oh, I actually wanted to take this somethingology, paganisology of business. And I'm like, oh, yeah, next semester, I said, oh, next semester I want to take political science. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's very interesting. And I told him, well, yeah, because you know the Hong Kong protests. Before the protest, I'm like, politics, ooh, confusing and weird. But after the protest, it's like politics. I want to talk about it. And he told me, oh, really? And he told me that he is also really aware of the whole Hong Kong situation. And when it was happening, he voiced out support for Hong Kongers, which is amazing. I mean, he also talked, like, was an activist during the BLM protests, which I really respect. And so we continued to talk. I'm like, thank you, man. And then he said a Chinese propagandist DM'd him and saying all these bullshit propaganda talking points. Yo, oh my god, I have no homework today. Holy shit. Yes. The professor, he's gay. I learned, I think I've heard it already in week 1, but I never really fully confirmed it until Pepper told me that he's gay. So there's that. But no, he recommended us to watch In the Mood for Love, and the moment I hear him say this movie title, my eyes just light up. I'm like, oh my god. And he's like, has any of you watched it? And I raised my hand, and a few other people would raise their hands, and it's like, and I like smiled and nodded my head. I didn't say out loud like, yes, Wong Kar Wai, but like, I think the professor saw me smiling and nodding like, yeah, you from Hong Kong, you should know who. That's pretty cool. I checked, and apparently I don't have chemistry homework today, which is absolutely great news, which means that I'm free all afternoon. And Thomas, the Chinese dude, is saying that he wants to meet me, but I've been waiting for, I think, half an hour already, and I haven't received any response from him, so I really don't know if by 3:15 I still haven't received any response from him. I'm just gonna wash my face and change my clothes and stay in this Airbnb until further notice. But come on, man. If I and Thomas, the Chinese dude, really meet up and really like come up with some awesome ideas, today might even be eligible for one of the best days of the year, and surprisingly so. And I want to say this because yesterday night I cried myself to sleep thinking about Mary and also Natalie, and the trigger is always the same. It's always I hear Mary's voice in the wind and I see Mary's smile in the clouds. That's always the trigger for me. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe this is the depressive episode that I've been waiting for. Finally, 2.5 months into going to USA, I finally reached the stage where I start to feel really painful and nostalgic. But then today, it's been ecstatic. I meet so many people. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still miss the past, but it's almost like I'm torn between being super pessimistic about my life now and being optimistic about my life now. Nothing in the middle ground, really. So, that's that. All right, it's 3:32. No response from Thomas the Chinese dude. I sat on that sofa for like half an hour already. I'm gonna eat this yogurt. Noosa, finest yogurt, honey flavor. Whew, let's grab a spoon. This shall suffice. Alright. Let's try this. Jonah recommended this. He said this is his favorite kind. Alright, let's try this. Okay, there we go. Alright, so it's 4:38 and 4:39. 4:39 actually, and I kind of gave up actually. Like, I don't know if Thomas, the Chinese dude, is gonna reply to me or not. So screw it, whatever. So I washed my face, washed my hair, changed my clothes, and while I was washing my face, I was like, okay, I swear to God, if the moment I return to my bedroom and look at my phone, Thomas the Chinese dude texts me. So yeah, he's telling me that, you know, I could go to his apartment. It's 4:39 now. Come on, man. Why? Or I could just meet somewhere near school. I already fucking changed my clothes and all. I'm ready to just, you know, just chill on my Airbnb. I'm ready to do that basically. But I've told him that, okay, I'll meet you after dinner. And he said, okay, after dinner, I will go to somewhere near your area, somewhere in Santa Monica, and we'll just find a place to sit down and talk. Okay, so according to my aunt, my rice cooker should have already arrived yesterday. So let's hope nobody has stolen it. Well, thank God. Right, here he is, in a roommate's car. Yeah.
Do you think I can get him on my podcast?
Oh man.
Song for this girl that he really likes, you know? And then the other guy finds the poem.
Heck, am I in the wrong spot? I swear to God, this is exactly the place I live in. The hell? I swear to God. What the fuck? Wait, what? Hold on, am I in the right spot or not? Okay, never mind. I did go to the wrong spot. Oh my God, I was gonna climb up and jump over, and that would probably be detrimental as I may get arrested. But thank God, I'm back once again. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank God. All right, time now is 11:03 p.m. Just came back home. So, essentially, the stupid thing, the truth is that I went there because I thought we would be discussing on how I'm going to help you make your 5-minute short film to submit to USC, and how you're going to help me make a 5-minute short film to submit to USC. We're going to do a double. I help you and you help me. It's reciprocal. But the fact of the matter is, the short film that he's filming right now is already the one he's going to submit to USC. And the one that he wants to make, a collaboration short film between me and him, is just for portfolio, which is important. Don't get me wrong, the portfolio, you have to hand in the portfolio to USC as well, but it's not the most important thing. I still got a 5-minute short film then, and he's like, yeah, but it's just it's just you and me, so let's work on this collab project instead. So I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, so this collab project, and you know what, even though this isn't submitting, it's a short film nonetheless, so I'm interested. So he's like, okay, so you got any ideas? And I said, okay. So he immediately started, okay, which time period, like, because we both like Chinese period films, but he's like, which period, and we started talking about, oh yeah, Chinese this, Chinese that, he's like, oh, I want to do this. It's funny. So, okay, hear me out. Notice a pattern in his story ideas. The first story idea that Thomas told me is in French concession China. There's a love story, like a secret love story between a pretty Chinese girl and a French guy, and a handsome French guy, and how complicated it is and story unfolds, which in my opinion is a boring as fuck idea. Not because of the history part. The history part is exciting, but it's the whole secret love thing. It's just so overused and cliche. It's like playing cards. You keep your best cards to yourself. But I showed a lot of my great cards to him already, like my rhythm game short film idea, my strength, my hunger short film idea, and all short film ideas that didn't come to me. Like I hate forcing ideas. I can't do that. Okay, I hate sitting down and go, okay, let's make an idea right now. I can't do it because ideas come naturally, and if it doesn't come naturally, I wouldn't be passionate about it. I would not be passionate about it at all. It just doesn't have that magic. But you know what? Fine, whatever. So I told him a lot about this, and he's like, okay. So I was like, okay. Let's talk about what we have. Let's not be too ambitious. Let's talk about how long we want the short film to be, and what sort of genre, which time period. And it has to be simple and short. And I thought, abduction, like, how about characters get abducted? We're all stranded in some place. How about that? How about we're locked in a room and we have to escape it, like escape room or Squid Game or something like that. How about we do a political thriller? How about we do this? How about we do that? How about we do something more lighthearted, something related to food or music or martial arts and sports and maybe dancing? It's just ideas. Of course, I'm never going to do dancing, but I'm just so many freaking ideas, like sci-fi, robots, it's just so many ideas, and I can tell that he's getting a little overwhelmed, and I just started to shut up, and I'm like, okay, yeah, so, but I'm just throwing ideas out there, of course, you how about you, and he said, yeah, I mean, your ideas are great, but I mean, they're complicated. I was thinking more on conflict, and I'm like, oh, okay. And he said, let's think about the moral conflict. Like, every single story needs a moral conflict. And I was trying to be honest with him, and I said, well, not exactly. I don't think like some of the, like, a short film, of course, needs a moral conflict, but like, it doesn't have to be like that. Like, it can be a little bit more experimental. And he said, no. Every single film has a moral conflict because it drives a story, which is a really Western way of storytelling. Like, the conflict first. Conflict is key. But I disagree with it a little bit. Like, yeah, I do agree conflict is key, but you need to have an idea first. And the idea is key. Conflict comes next. And you can't force yourself to think of a conflict. But so I told him, um, I mean, yeah, we can be a little experimental. I mean, and maybe it's because I started to not speak a lot. Um, maybe it's because like um I started to just stop. I stopped spewing ideas out randomly and impulsively. My mom is texting me. Um, he thought I was uninterested, and I indeed was getting it uninterested. And he said, "Oh, fine, fine, fine. You do your film, I do my film." And that's kind of rude. Instead of asking me what's wrong and being all nice, he's just like, "Oh, fine. You hate my ideas, fine." I don't hate them. I just don't think that it's the right approach. But then again, I respect you because ultimately, this collab idea, it's yours. You're the one who wanted to collab with me. I mean, I wanted to collab with him too. I don't know actually. It's a two-way thing. Except, I guess it's your loss, you know. So I, at that point, just started to stop caring really, but I still showed a great deal of passion, and I still genuinely care about his story. Like I don't want to see him go to shit. So he's like, okay, fine. So conflict, right? Moral conflict. So he came up with, oh, when I was in eighth grade, I read this story, and I know it's really simple, but it really stuck with me. Where it's basically a poor woman. She has no money. She has a kid, and she wants to get on the bus, and the bus driver saw her and just went past her. And then years later, the bus driver saw her again, except she walked through the bus and entered it, which means that she had turned into a ghost, and that had forever haunted the bus driver. And so in the future, the bus driver lets poor people on his bus. And he said this story stuck to him. And he said, see, moral conflict. This is a moral conflict, whether to let a poor woman on the bus or not. And I was just thinking, this is like a Dar Man inspiration video. It's lame as hell. But I was just thinking, I didn't say it. I was just looking at the side, just sort of smiling a little bit. Like, and he's like, okay, you don't like it. You don't like it. Fine. And I said, no, 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 no. I like it. I think it's a good idea. But it's just that, maybe there are other ways, other alternative ways to, make it more interesting. Turns out in about 1 minute, it's going to jump from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. because it's springtime, which means that if I want to wake up earlier tomorrow morning to go to church, I would have to wake up an hour earlier. Yeah, because I would have less time. Because time has moved forward. It's so fucking stupid, I know. Look at some photos of the old times, and I just want to cry myself to bed, and I want to wake up naturally, and I want to have a very vivid dream or something. I ask myself if it's like my fault. Like, are people usually like this? Like, am I not being kind enough? But it's almost a little bit manipulative. Thomas the Chinese dude, he's like, oh, you don't like it, then you make your film, I make my film. And of course I don't want that because I want to keep good relationships, but he's so easy to like, oh, you disagree with me? Well, then you do you and I do I. And it's just like, oh, fuck. Like, alright, time now is 12:33. Just woke up 3 minutes ago because the alarm is set to 12:30. Yeah, so I decided not to go to church today at all. I mean, there are multiple reasons. I'm tired. I'm not sad, but I want to be sad. And also I have injuries all over, like small minor cuts, like one on my knuckle over here, and I have a sore in my mouth over here. So today, because I have to shift everything 1 hour early, today is 1 hour less. So, I'm not going to do too much today, therefore. I'm going to film an album review if possible. I'm going to do some college homework if possible, and by that I mean, like, I just want to catch up on all the Spanish and chemistry I've been missing out on. I want to work on my short film if that's okay. I really need someone to help me with the short film. Like, how the fuck do I make one as an immigrant? Alright, time now is 1:13 p.m. I'm wearing the same set of clothes. I've been thinking about changing it, but I don't care anymore. I feel like everybody's so independent now. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest here, I've exceeded my own expectations. Before I came to the USA, I thought I would just die and suffer every single day. And because I'm so dependent on everything, I rely on people for food and health and success and everything, and I can't hold myself together. But it's been 2.5 months and I'm still alive, so at least I've tried my very freaking best. But still, Pepper's got her friends, everybody's got their own plans, and I can barely survive. And I'm still very much alone, and it's still difficult for me to reach out to anyone. And I don't know, I feel like the first 2.5 months here is just a rush of everything. Like, oh, I see people, speak to them. I see an opportunity, seize it. I see this, I do it. I see that, I do it. I see a supermarket, I buy food. If I see a bus, I get on it. I just do everything. But I never really slowed down to think what I'm actually doing and where I'm actually at in this life. Time now is 3:54. So I woke up when did I wake up? 1. So for the last 2 hours or so, I didn't do anything at all. I just listened to music and played Minecraft. It's been a while since I've played Minecraft, a few months, and it's really good to go back. I went back to my school world, and it was fantastic. It was beautiful. And I was listening to a lot of music, just non-stop music, and I don't know, hoping to find some sort of feeling. And I was almost pushed to tears 3 times. I almost cried for 3 times. And I realized one thing. I know what I want to do. I want to draw. I want to draw Natalie, I want to draw Mary. And I think that's partially because they have changed so much that I really miss how they looked like when they were still there. And so I really want to draw. I just want to draw them. And I want to learn how to draw, and I think this would help me in filmmaking as well. Which is saying a lot. I'm not at the bottom of the barrel yet. If I still think I have a filmmaking future, I don't think I'm at the very bottom of the barrel yet. But I don't know, man. I just really want to draw faces. I want to draw people, and yeah, I'm just gonna do that. Alright, time now is 7:11 p.m. I'm gonna go change my clothes right now, go out, use the rice cooker, cook rice, take a photo of the rice, send a thank you message to my aunt, and alright, let's open up the rice cooker. I don't know where to find a box cutter, so this is the best I got. Okay, come on. God damn it. Okay. This is it. rinsed the wash a couple times. I've used my own hand to put them in the rice cooker. Now I'm just gonna get a cup of water. Okay. Enough. In fact, I could lose a little more. Alright, and then boom. 1-to-1 ratio. This is so fucking useful. I love this. Alright. And then finger test doesn't matter at this point. And then I've used a rice cooker once in my life. This is the second time I've used a rice cooker, and this is the fourth time I've cooked rice in my life. So I don't know, man. I don't know how it works. I'm gonna do this. Lock it. Boop. And then right here it says rice. And then go. Is it doing anything? It's plugged. There's electricity. Okay. Okay, I can cancel it. And oh, this minutes. Okay, 4. I don't know. Let's say 4. Okay, it's doing its thing. Cool. All right, chicken breast. It's still a piece of ice. I'm gonna maybe put it in some hot water first. It's 7:56. I put some hot water in the bag of chicken breast, and for some reason the hot water just spilled all over the area and it's all wet down there. Cut up the chicken breast very painfully on this cutting board. Also cut up some onions. Now steaming it. So yep, don't know. I'm pretty sure it's been more than 4 minutes, but I have no idea. I have no idea if it's working or not. Should I check? Can I check? I have no idea. I can't tell. It's not working. What the heck? It's not hot. It's a little bit warm, but it's not hot. Shit. What the fuck have I done wrong? I don't know what have I done wrong. Okay, it's making noise now. I did a little bit of research. Apparently preset means hours. So I set it to 4, it means 4 hours. I don't want that. So it's just rice and it's cooking now. Fully steamed, I'm pretty sure it's cooked inside out already completely. I seasoned it and then I'm going to add some oil and fry it after the rice is done. I don't know if this is the better way to cook chicken or not, but with a frozen piece of chicken breast, this is the only idea I've got. Onion ready, egg ready. Gonna make the egg fried rice. Turns out I still see a little pink at the sides. It's not fully cooked, so I'm cooking it on low heat again. You know, flipped it. Rice done. Very steamy and hot. I'm gonna crack an egg, put some onions there, fry it real quick. That's not enough rice. God damn it. Is it even hot enough? What the fuck? Here we go. My first attempt at egg fried rice with onions and sliced chicken breast. Hopefully it's not raw in the center. Let's try the fried rice first. Okay. Oh my god. It's not enough rice. It tastes like there's onions in every bite. But it's fine. I like onions, but wow. So much. Here's the chicken. Hey, it's cooked. It's cooked. Not bad. Thank God. Hold on. So, yeah, so I just, whew, oh my God. I just had, egg fried rice. And, there's so many onions in there. I just sneezed like 10 times. Oh my God. I don't know how should I feel. I don't know how do I feel right now. Obviously this morning I was quite sad, but it was like, it's not the same kind of sadness, I'd say. I don't feel anything right now. I don't feel happy, I don't feel excited. I genuinely don't know how to feel. Like usually I just, oh, I'm so torn. I'm not excited about the future. There's nothing exciting about the future, in fact. I thought when I came to USA, I thought 1 month here would make me full of friends. I would have over 200 Instagram followers, get a girl, I thought I would find a lot of cool, like-minded people, and I would be able to work on a lot of cool things. But no. What has happened to me so far is nothing but just hassles and nuisance, and at worst, threatening situations like the moving stuff that happened last week. And at best nothing happens. Like, so far in the USA, I can't think of a single day that I enjoy, like seriously enjoy. I haven't enjoyed a single day of my life since I came here. And it's not like I enjoy my life at all before I came here, but after I came here I thought I would. But honestly, no. And at the same time, I don't feel depressed right now or anything. I'd like to. And this morning, I almost really convinced myself that I feel depressed and not have depression disorder, but feel depressed, just a feeling. But it's false. Like, sure, I listen to Radiohead, I look at old photos, and I go back to the school in Minecraft, and that is the best I can do. And it does bring me a level of sadness and nostalgia, but it's not strong enough to completely ruin me emotionally. Like, if you ask me right now, am I motivated to go to school and work and do everything right now? No, I'm not. I'm not motivated. I have no motivation right now. I just don't. I don't see any motivation. And if you ask me right now if I'm looking forward to the future, no, not at all. I feel lost and I'm not feeling anxious from being lost. Let's say you're in a forest in the middle of nowhere. You have nothing. You have near nothing. Like, you have some food on you. You have a tent. and it's nothing all that great. And you're alone, and you're not anxious about leaving this forest. You're not anxious about being rescued. Being rescued is nice and all, but you're not anxious about it, and you just don't know what to do, and you don't like where you're at right now, and you just sort of keep wandering around again and again. And I feel like I'm at that stage where I'm just on a barren wasteland. There's nothing in front of me, there's nothing behind me, there's nothing at both sides. I'm all alone, and I still have some food on me, and I can still survive, but there's just really no point to anything. But I don't want to die, I just want to keep walking, and that's the feeling right now. That's the best way I could describe it. Barren wasteland, but still have the will to live, but not excited about living at all. If that makes any sense. All right, time now is 11:51 on March 14th. It's Pi Day. It's also the day Natalie and Jeffrey, well, this is the day Natalie talked to me again after the persecution. I don't know, I feel like I get these feelings all the time, but I feel like Pepper isn't too fond of speaking to me because she's ignored my WhatsApp text, and she, I don't know, maybe isn't speaking to me a lot during Wednesday's class, and I want our relationship to be a little bit more than that. I'm not saying I want to date her or anything. She's a tiny girl like Pink and not really my type, but in fact, not a single female person I've seen in the USA so far is my type, which is just a little bland. I called the counselor and the transfer counselor, and the counselor, and in a nutshell, she said, I can't help you because I don't know how to. So, fine, whatever. So now I emailed the IEC hoping for some answers. And I'm going to have to work this out. Try to stay a third year at this college while trying to avoid taking too many courses. Like, I don't know why. I looked at JT's Instagram, and when I first met her, her follower number is like 888. But now she's at 970 something. She's gained 90 followers. 90. How many I've gained? 20? Which is not bad, by the way. No, I've gained... So I went from 175 or 176, 177-ish to 192. And now it's 190 again. So it's about 15. She's gained 90. And she's not fluent in English. I am. So obviously it's not about fluency. I don't know what did I do wrong, really. It's been 2.5 months, and I really imagined that the moment I step foot in LA, it's just going to be tons of people, the world is going to open up, and I'm going to experience a lot more. And surely I did experience a lot more since I've gone to LA, but none of them are good experiences. I've been doing nothing but suffering. And I don't know why. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's just me being pessimistic. Maybe I hadn't suffered that badly. Let's count the first move. First night at an Airbnb to the first host. First host to second host. Second host to this Airbnb. 3 times. And very soon I'll do a 4th. I've moved 4 times. Or at least 3 times now. And JT hasn't moved once. I had to deal with so much shit. Bank account got hacked. With this thing and that thing, and oh my god, can't believe it. And it's already been 2.5 months, and I'm thankful that time is moving a little bit slower. You know, back in the Hong Kong days, a blink of an eye, half a year has passed. But right now, I can remember vividly how hellish January was. In the first week of March, hellish. I mean, I do, but it's more like this tiny lingering feeling, this tiny thing. It's nothing huge. It's just small dash of sadness that's just hanging around. And it's like, I can't really explain it. It's not hurting me. It's just, it's just, it's just the idea of what have I done to be in this situation. Like just me going back to the school every single morning, meeting those people, and seeing the drama unfold just brings me so much pleasure and so much excitement. And since then, I've never been able to feel this again. I've never been able to feel this much pleasure again. I don't feel pleasure anymore. All I feel is pain. I've lost the ability to like anything. Like, I like movies, don't get me wrong, and I'm very passionate about movies, but so does like millions of people out there. And you know, I don't love movies and life as much as I was so drunken and so enveloped in this world of school drama. And I've never been able to enjoy my life since. I've lost my ability to enjoy life, and I've lost my ability to love anyone romantically. Like, I just can't do it anymore. I'm nothing but bland wallpaper, and that's a person I'm reduced to right now. All right, this is my lunch. Time now is 5:59 p.m. I just spent the last 2 hours not doing anything again. I have no motivation to do anything at all. I don't want to do homework. I don't want to do anything. And out of desperation, I realized that the one I should really speak to is Natalie, because I hate her and I like her. And so I said a bunch of stuff like, lately I'm not feeling so well. I just want to talk about it. And of course, duh. Natalie replies with HMM, and Natalie once again is too busy to reply to me or say anything to me because everything around her life is just better and more important than me. So obviously, so I literally have no one to speak to, and I have a lot of people to speak to, but I also have no one to speak to at the same time. It's kind of frustrating, actually. This is why I do shit like this. I talk to myself because I'm the only person who I can speak to is myself, because I'm only with myself. And I feel even worse than yesterday. I feel like this time it's not forced. I feel like part of the sadness I experienced yesterday is kind of forced. Like listening to music and like playing Minecraft again, just not doing anything but moseying around the world. And today I don't even need to force myself. I just want to listen to music, so I put on my earphones and I kept listening to music. I could die right now, and it would have made no difference. I didn't change anything. Like, nobody in this world have changed because of me. Back then I used to think, or I used to like to think that I'm important. I would tell Natalie that, well, if it weren't for me, you and Jordana would never have made friends. Or I would ask Cedric, have I changed you in any ways? Because I see all these people. Natalie has changed me a bit. Jordana has changed me a bit. Mary's definitely changed me. And I'm the one who's being changed. I'm the one who's receiving all these changes and is being fed. I'm not the one who changes things. I'm not the one who means something. I'm not important. And it's almost like the society has discarded me, and right now now that I've left Hong Kong and now I'm in the USA, I feel like I'm at the bottom of a trash can, a rubbish bin, just living my dying days until I gets thrown out of the trash and into the garbage truck. And then that's it, and then my life is over. I'm already like near the end, I feel like. I feel like this is it. This is like purgatory in a sense. Like there's no hope here. Like every single thing they say about like a land of the dreams and like you can pursue your goals and you can meet people, get a girlfriend, get a life, find a job, get a car, blah 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 blah. These are all lies because they all come with so many loopholes. Like yeah, sure, you're gonna make a bunch of friends if you're super charming and sociable and look at this guy. Oh yeah, you're gonna definitely be able to get a job if you're not an immigrant, and if you have time, and oh my God, you're definitely gonna be successful. Yeah, sure. I'm pursuing filmmaking in LA. What are the chances of me succeeding, huh? What are the chances? In fact, let's not even talk about succeeding. Let's talk about getting into a film school. What are even the chances? I don't even care about girlfriends or whatnot anymore. I just want to live and have food and shelter and water. I'm reduced down to the most basic thing ever. I'm just a walking flesh. I need food and I sleep and that's it. I'm so useless. I'm like a piece of plastic. All right, here we go. Ralph's. It's like 6:54. I don't think I can find a pencil sharpener here, though I really need one. All right, time now is 7:45. Why is time going so fast? All right, I bought vegan brioche bread thing. I don't know. Where do I even put these? God damn it, where do I even put these? Okay. Okay. I can't find a rotisserie chicken, but I did find a chicken sandwich and the foil bag broke. And also a cabbage. Both of which I'm putting in the fridge. Fingerling potatoes. Or just small potatoes. Salad. Fuck off. Salad box. Smoked Maz penne. I forgot to bring the bags there too. I'm so forgetful. 2 apples. Also gonna go into the fridge, unfortunately. Peanut butter. Small bottle of soy sauce. Mango sorbet. Fairly priced, about $2.05 only. $2.49. Okay. Meat of the week. Pork shoulder. Maybe I'll cook this later. And then traditional roast beef. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Ah, Jesus Christ. My first time cooking pork. Let's do it. Hopefully I'm not doing anything wrong. Okay, so this is weird. It's bleeding a lot. Like, I'm only cooking one side with low heat, and it's bleeding a lot. The bones are bleeding. Should I do a flip? I don't know. Oi! Oh my god. Why is it so cooked? Okay, that's bad. What the fuck? The garlic is vegetatively propagating. It's performing mitosis on me. What should I do? Should I just throw it away? Ah, god damn it. Alright, here comes the magic. Okay. That's plenty. Alright. I didn't microwave the spaghetti because I'm too lazy to. There's no.
Thank you very much.
Alright. First time pork chop. Yeah, I, put down my stuff and I start cooking, and a German woman showed up and asking me if it's okay if she takes a shower in my bathroom, and I said, okay, it's fine. And it's truly fine, and I know she's clean and all, but I'm still gonna spray up because, I'm a bit of a germaphobe. No pun intended. No pun intended. I'm a bit of a clean freak. That's what I'm trying to say. But she's clean. I can tell. And she told me she even used Clorox and all that, and I said, okay, that's great. Thank you very much. Oh god damn it! Why did I use that word? I could cut this out in editing, but I'm not gonna. It's too glorious. It's too only in a specific situation can I mess this word up in such a weird way. Okay, anyways. I really try my best to speak to as many people as possible. I DM'd that Russian girl, for Christ's sake. But, Russian Liana, who has 2,000 followers on Instagram. But, I have every single right to be sad because I am really suffering. I really do feel pain. And in the future, I don't know if I will avoid this pain or embrace it, but one thing for sure is from now on I'm gonna keep on living, and I'm going to I'm gonna keep going, but I'm gonna be way more calculated. I'm gonna be way more smart about everything, and I will plan. Yeah, I'm gonna stabilize my situation right now. Just the food, the housing, bank, and then once all this is said and done, I'm gonna start going out, find people, meet people. I will be a menace to society, okay? Every single fucking sentence I will say in the future to people will be so goddamn calculated, okay? I will be a menace to society. And I don't care if I'm gonna get a girlfriend or not in the next few months. I am a menace no matter what. And I don't say that with a sense of pride. I say that with shame, and I like it. Anyways, screw it. I'm gonna eat some mango sorbet. Man, how am I gonna eat this? Alright, time now is 12:39 afternoon on March 15th. So I thought I should speak to Cedric instead about my thoughts and feelings. And besides, Cedric is kind of like me. He went to Scotland all by himself, and he had to live all by himself, and he's probably gone through this this phase of sadness, just like me. And I spoke to him, and both surprisingly and unsurprisingly, he responded quite genuinely. So unsurprisingly, because Cedric doesn't have anything better to do, so Cedric has all the time in the world, and I'm his friend. But also surprisingly, because I thought Cedric would just not care, like Natalie. But no, Cedric did care. So I told Cedric about my current situation. I told him I felt like shit. I basically treated him like he's my therapist. I told him I feel like shit. I tried to explain why. I said I don't have a lot of friends here. I said I just can't enjoy anything. And he told me that it's probably not that bad. I also told him about the whole I want to make more friends with Hong Kongers thing. And then he told me to actually do the opposite, avoid making friends with Hong Kongers. And this is actually quite interesting, and it's bound to be tough. I chose to live a tough life. I chose to live a difficult life, and I should expect that. But not only that, but you have to take my personality into account. I'm not an extroverted, charming ass dude. I'm insecure and sad all the time. And I'm timid. And I could try to change that, but I can't change that with a snap of a finger. It's a gradual thing. So it's actually even tougher for me than your average immigrant to LA. And level one are the basics, food and shelter. Food, shelter, water, just living, first of all, surviving. And I feel like I am already owning level one, like HONING, owning level one. I'm already passing through. I mean, I'm still struggling a little bit in terms of food, but you know what? I'm already cooking now. I know how to cook now. I know how to go to the supermarket and look for stuff now. Like, I'm functioning by myself. I'm surviving. But there are levels 2, 3, and 4. And someone like me should not fret, should not fear, and should keep pushing forward. Level 2, level 3, level 4. And I keep going up until the day I die. So let's do it level by level. Let's fight day by day. Live one day at a time. And I know it's going to be painful. I know it's going to take a toll on my energy. But LA is a hostile place. LA is a hostile place. It's full of evil and corruption. And I must toughen myself and live it through. Okay, so time now is 7:55. I finished dinner. So this is Ralph's chicken sandwich. I ovened it for 8 minutes. This is also bought in Ralph's cold roast beef, 2 slices. Some potatoes, oil fried, cut in half. This one is cut in quarters because this one's big, and fried until golden crispy. And out of curiosity, because I want some vegetables, I fried like 6 leaves or 7 leaves of spinach with oil, which is now drenched. So let's try the crispy golden potatoes first. Okay. Here. It's fine. Let's try the fried spinach. Actually, aside from the fact that it's drenched in oil, not bad. Actually, not bad. And then the chicken sandwich. Gosh darn it, what happened? Okay, fine. As expected, a bit dry, but overall, it's not bad. And then you know what roast beef tastes like. Our So again, let's just treat this as a video game. My life, it's a video game. Level 1 is the basics. You gotta master the basics first before you move on. Just like how if you want to work in a sushi restaurant, you need to wash dishes for the first 2 years, and then you cook the rice. Nothing but rice. The next 3-4 years, nothing but rice. And then you learn how to cut the fish. Similarly, with this life as a game, okay? You can't rush it. It doesn't work like that. Some people think, oh well, I can work on everything at once. I can try making tons of friends, getting a girlfriend, getting successful, making sure I have food to eat and a shelter, all at the same time. It doesn't really work like that, at least not for me, because if I have so many things to worry about, I would be so stressed, I would actually genuinely explode. So it's best to take things one by one, or at least a few by a few. So level 1 is the basics. I'm talking about food, I'm talking about shelter, and I'm talking about my college. And these things are things that I used to not care about at all. But level 2 is for sure friends in general. And I think I'm already getting the hang of it. Like again, I'm socializing, right? I'm speaking to Miles, the half British dude. I'm speaking to Thomas, the Chinese dude. Okay, just fuck off. The Mexican boy, I want to make friends with him. I'm already getting the hang of it. So that's level 2. Level 3, 4, 5, 6 onwards, I have no idea. But driver's license, going to the gym, somewhere along the lines of that. Short film, obviously. P.S. This is not a competition. Some people like JT are already far ahead of me. Levels 3, 4, 5, jumped levels. And Potter's also ahead of me. Potter may not have found a date yet, but at least he has a job illegally. So obviously a lot of people are still ahead of me, but that doesn't mean shit, okay? I'm still gonna keep going.